Welcome to the Maritime Lemonade Stand. Merritt Island, Florida. We're in Florida, nice and warm again. Left New Smyrna, kind of just came down here. It was about an 8-9 hour trip, a little bit longer than I wanted to do, but I wanted to get to Merritt Island because I know there was a lot of work I needed to do on the boat. But on the way, super cool, get to pass the Kennedy Space Center. Awesome, astronauts, stuff like that. But yeah, Merritt Island, absolutely, what's the word I'm looking for? Terrible. And perfect for me to sit here and just really, this is one of the pretty much the main last stop before I cross over to the Bahamas. I mean, I can't afford mechanics and stuff like that in West Palm Beach, like $130 an hour. So been doing a lot of work. I mean, one day just, I'm pride myself on being a neat freak. And it was just, I just turned around and stuff was just everywhere. So much to get done. But I did get a lot done. Let's see here. I painted the interior. Painted the cockpit, which was badly needed. Installed a 12-volt fan. Didn't shock myself. Great. Gave Odyssey a bath. I mean, it had been a long time since she'd had a bath. If anybody has alternatives for boat baths as opposed to like Ajax and Comet, I mean, that really kind of brings out the white. But it's kind of chalky. It leaves little chalky things all along the side rails. So, God, what else did I do? Everything. Oh, changed the oil, which sucks. Rewired an oil pressure gauge. Tightened the feet. Cut out some starboard for mounting. I got a new compass. Replaced the old compass with a new compass, but now I have to, have some starboard, like kind of this plastic composite that you put down there. So did that. Installed a nice little bungee cord to keep my jackets out of the way when I'm going towards the front of the boat, the bow, as they say. What else? The big thing, the Bimini. I do hope you've read the story. If not, I'm going to put it up on the website as well if we're not friends on Facebook. The story of how I was able to get a Bimini for free. I've been getting beat up by the sun every single day. I mean, I'm out there by myself. I love being tan, but that skin cancer waiting to happen every single day, and it just wears you out, and you can't leave the cockpit. So how I got the Bimini from my friend Randy and Lindsay and Vicky was just absolutely amazing. So if you can, read it on the website, and I'll put it back up. Speaking of expensive things I can't afford, whatever, I'm starting a new. I've had it on the website, but I'm going to make it part of the show because it's so wildly popular. The show. Called Smuggler Buddy. Now, Smuggler Buddy are going to be like it's like little hacks, little workarounds for paying $100,000 for like a screw and things like that. So, in the first episode of Smuggler Buddy, well, I'll just cut right to it right here. So, in this first amazing edition of Smuggler Buddy, I want to talk about a tiller extension. Now, tiller, obviously, the thing that you steer with, one of the most important parts of the boat. But this Odyssey, she's a Grampian Classic. She's known for having a big, wide cockpit, which I like because I'm tall. But the problem is, when I'm sitting back, I have to, if I want to turn to starboard, I can't sit back and do that. So they make tiller extensions. So I was shopping for tiller extensions, and oh my God, everything from carbon, amazing, detachable, retractable, whatever it was, you're looking at 50, 60, 70 bucks. And really it's just like a little stick, so you can lean back and still steer. So I had this great idea to use a selfie stick. Only good thing a selfie stick is for, so it kind of retracts and I could do it. The problem is it's flimsy and bad material, so that didn't work. So I went to Home Depot. Sorry, loud noises. Went to Home Depot, looked around, spent an hour, and finally came up with the perfect solution. A 99-cent pipe that you use for your sprinklers. Little hook, little elbow joint there, and then basically fuck. Huh? Steering and relaxing for $1.73. You know how you think something's going to look really good and you have to film it yourself with an iPhone and like a weird tripod and then it looks terrible? We're going to improve on Smuggler Buddy, but I think it's a good concept. So that was the good news. How about some bad news? All right. Coast Guard decided to board my boat this afternoon, which is every sailor's nightmare, poking their heads around in my engine bank, writing little things down. And I'm just kind of there, shitting myself. Fortunately, this was complimentary. I asked for this. If the Coast Guard really would have if the real Coast Guard, this was Coast Guard Auxiliary, still nice guys, but if the real Coast Guard would have really boarded my boat in the ocean, that's bad news bears because they're sitting there writing you fines and fines and fines. And so what they do is they come on your boat and they will take you through the actual process to tell you if your boat is safe. And I passed every single thing except for my anchor light. The one thing that's out of reach. In fact, it's so out of reach, it's on the top of the fucking mast, which means either I have to go up the mast someday soon or get fined if I get boarded by the Coast Guard. Like going up the mast, how the young guys, you always see these great little GoPro cameras and they're like there on the top of the mast and everybody's down below with their cocktails and stuff like that. Do you think I like doing that these days as I'm about to turn 40? Mom, stop watching right now. Do I fuck? Going up the mast is the scariest thing. Like your boat does that, right? It rocks. That's normal. But if you put a mast, so there you go, and you're being held up by some piece of thing called a bosun chair or whatever, which is basically cranked from your winch. So I've got to figure out how to go up the mast. And I think that's it for this week. Like I said, not very exciting in terms of travel. A lot of work done. She's there. I need to when I get to the next spot, I'm going to install the solar panels and I'm going to see if I can find a cheap wind generator because really that's the only thing. I need to run my cooler for my cheeses and my wines, and I need to run my radio, my VHF and my emergency bilge pump. So really, I don't pull much power, so I only need like 2 solar panels, which I have. Hopefully get those mounted. We're headed to Melbourne next. Super exciting. I don't remember if you remember. I don't know if you. Last year, season 1, which was on Lonely Planet, I ended up in Melbourne. Love the town. Great spot. I'm actually going to try to stay there a week. I spoke to a boatyard owner who said he'll cut me a great deal if I stay there for a week. So I'm going to do that. And then it's West Palm. And then it's Bahamas. So get ready. Sailing.